Oh yeah, baby. So I finally got my butt out of bed. I've been toying around the idea, do I want to go camping this next set of days off, or what do I do? So I just went down to Chatfield State Park where I have a pass to get in, so it was easy and quick. Dumped the stations, got the RV all cleaned up, and I'm heading to a campground that I have driven past a whole bunch of times when I go down to the wilderness tracks at Lost Peaks. Lost Peaks Wilderness, which is about 2.5 hours south, but halfway down there's a campground. So I just like that part of the country. So I'm gonna truck down there. It takes about an hour and a half, so probably 2 hours with this rig. It's 3:15. I still got to stop and get some food. So I'm hoping to get there around 6 o'clock. I may not have enough daylight to complete this video, but pretty stoked. We're going to Buffalo Creek Campground, which is not too far from the Lost Peaks Wilderness. So once I get on the way out in the country, we'll do some updated footage. You know what I'm saying? Look at this storm. Hopefully things are gonna get intense. That'd be cool if we got a little spot in the camper, and then we had a thunderstorm and some rain all night. That'd be cool. Oh man, I had to get video of this. This is a storm rolling in right over me. This is why I love, holy shit, there's some lightning. That's what I love about Colorado in the spring, man. Storms out of this world. I am so super glad that I did this. You know, I was a little paranoid because of the size of my car, and I was just praying that I was going to be able to make it up into the mountains, and it was a struggle. She was struggling going uphill, that's for sure. We were about between 40 and 55 about the whole way, so long as we were going uphill. But other than that, she did all right, and we made it about 50 miles outside of town, and we are, what's the name of this park? Oh, Buffalo Campground. So I've gone to the wilderness tracks just like 30 minutes that way. You can hear people shooting at the BLM land, but I've always wanted to check this campsite out. Now I'm gonna flip the camera around and check out the site that I got. Okay, so I think people were avoiding this one just because the road, or the little entrance, is pretty rough. There's like a big, looks like water is torn out the middle section, but I timed it perfectly and got each wheel up on each edge. And check it out. This is tight. This is awesome. This is like where I want to have 15 of my friends come out. So I'm gonna have to come out here and post up and put up camp, put up shop. And I've got a huge little space. I'm gonna build a bonfire tonight. Assuming that I can, because I got to take advantage of this big old space. But yeah, I got the rig all unhitched. This is my view. Goes off into these rocks, and then the mountains are that way. Oh man, I'm so happy to be here. Other than the people shooting guns, because it's BLM land, it's just so quiet out here. I'm so lucky that I got that first campsite. The farther this road progresses, it's considerably less favorable for an RV. Super awesome for tent camping. I mean, it seems like there's not a lot of people out here. Very similar style to the BLM land, just a little more organized, and the roads are paved, which is rad. But I could see, like, you know, decent sized groups of friends getting together out here. Most of the sites are pretty open, and they're all well, I don't want to say maintained, but like well marked, and the fire pits and rings are all there, all that good stuff. So I still got like 2 miles to go before Google Maps says that we are at the actual campground. But all along the way, I've seen all these type of campsites, which have got a sign and a site number. So clearly it's a part of the campground, or maybe this whole run is the campground. Damn, there is all kinds of places. Like this one down there in the bottom. Oh, I can't see very well. Check that one out. Ah. Yeah, this is tight. I mean, this is an ideal place for people that enjoy car camping. You know, they don't really want to get into backpacking, but want to get some solitude, not those cookie cutter RV parks. These are the kinds of places I really enjoy getting friends together at. I don't mind being here myself, as long as it's not too crowded, which, you know, it's Sunday night and beginning of the week, so that's the main reason there's nobody out here. That's how I like to do it, you know. That's why I go to the BLM land, because it's relatively uncrowded anytime, even the weekends. You know, it's just, you'll hear more shootings and stuff because people are out popping off guns, playing, but other than that, you're pretty much left alone and you can do whatever you want, which is nice. There's somebody. Yeah, I mean, all the campsites are super legit. They've all got big boulders, places to play. I like it. Super digging it. A little hard to see because of the sun, but good God. The views down into this canyon are so outstanding. So down in there, so we're going downhill, and straight ahead is that Lost Peaks wilderness, and you can basically do this gnarly 25, I think it's like 25 or 30 miles round trip, and it goes through this big like canyon loop, and then you can go up to multiple peaks, but Buffalo Peak is one of the more popular ones that a friend introduced me to a couple of years ago. And so I'm super stoked to explore this area more. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I tell you, I gotta get a Nikon or a really nice camera. That's really all I want to do, is come out here and camp, take pictures, hopefully not hit people like I just did right there.
In 800 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Oh boy, the GPS don't lie. So far I've counted, or I'm not counting, but the number on the signs, 36 campsites, so probably roughly 40, 45 all along this road. There's a bunch more back in there. People are just posted
Your
up.
destination is on the left.
Oh, I see. So this is more of a community campground. Shit, so where am I? If this is no drive-throughs, no public restrooms. Alright. So this is the community campsite, where I'm assuming it's mostly tents. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, that's the same sign that I saw at the front, so it must be all part of the same campground. It's a little more classic. Picnic tables, fire pits, and whatnot. So I would probably not recommend dragging any kind of RV or anything up into here, because there ain't anywhere to park, and most of them are up on hills. At least on this loop. Cool, so I'm gonna drive around the rest of this park and see if there are any RV compatible sites. Okay, so the farther around I went, there are a few that have these, looks like pull ends or back ends. And they're not very long. Some of them are only like 10, 15 feet, but if you got a small trailer like mine, that would work. There's a lot of them are on hills too, so I'd say it's a little risky here, depending on how busy. I'd hate to pull the trailer all the way down and just be out of luck because 2/3 of the sites aren't accessible, Also, these roads are super, I can see the potential for mud being pretty bad, and also narrow. I mean, there's tree branches and whatnot, so I don't think you could get very big. I mean, I think mine would be about as big as you could possibly do it. And that's like, I don't even remember how long mine is, 15, 17 feet with the tongue and everything. So, super rad place, kind of hidden away. Definitely far enough away that people aren't gonna make a point to be out here unless it's like a weekend or a holiday. I'd say it's relatively safe to come down here and be able to turn a smaller sized RV around or trailer. I can say I'm nervous about it, and depending on the weather, that could potentially suck. I know these roads, when it gets wet, which isn't that often in Colorado, but when it does rain, man, it can get muddy, and getting stuck ain't cool in there. But I've always found that it pays to like go and visit campsites and just get a lay of the land first. I mean, I have been bitten so many times by not planning. I've also lucked into some hella cool sites and some really fantastic situations. So half of me wants to like go with my gut and just wing it. But one of my favorite things in the world to do is to go and explore, and I'll just go drive around and I'll find new campsites, I'll find new pieces of land, places I'm like, oh, so this is accessible, and I'll know where to go, and then I'll have a few ideas in mind when things come up. So that's how I do it. All right, y'all, back to the homestead. Time to make some grub, chill out, listen to some music, ooh, I gotta download some Desert Dwellers from that concert last night. It's perfect to listen to out here. All right, peace.